Hello, and welcome to Best Picture Brainrot, a podcast where three friends count down to the 100th Oscars by watching every Best Picture winner in order.
Follow along as we give ourselves cinematic brain damage from the first winner, Wings, to whatever the Academy picks in 2028.
There are 78 weeks until the 100th Oscars, and today we are going to talk all about Eve. Surprises, disappointments, hot takes, and plenty of brain rot.
We are your hosts, Adam,
Sarah,
And Drew.
Like I said, I am Adam, and today we're talking all about Eve, aka my wife, for fans of the Bible who may be listening.
Oh.
I don't get it. I'm not a fan of the Bible.
Adam and Eve.
Adam and Eve.
Adam and Eve.
Or if you're just a fan of the sex shop.
Anne Baxter's Eve Harrington is a timid but secretly ruthless ingenue who infiltrates the inner social circle of a famous Broadway star played by the iconic Bette Davis. This is the pinnacle of famed filmmaker Joseph Mankwiecz's career, netting 6 Oscars out of 14 nominations. But before we begin, we are bringing to you today another very special guest on Best Picture Brain Rot. Everyone welcome Tyler.
Hi. I thought you forgot my name for a second. or like I had to.
There's a
introduce myself.
dramatic pause. Sarah, would you like to do the honors of introducing Tyler via our favorite way?
Yes. Tyler, what are your 4 favorite movies?
Oh, that's a good question. What do I love? Okay, I think we say Clueless is one. Melissa McCarthy's Spy.
Ooh, that's actually very
That's an underrated gem. I feel like there
Jason Statham at his most funny.
Jude Law, like everybody. There should be more of those. I'm gonna die on that hill. I love the movie Sebastian. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it.
I don't know that one. About the crab?
Yeah, it's the
No, it's
Disney
really bad
live action
story.
It's
sequel.
oh,
A la
Maniscalco.
Cruella.
Sebastian Maniscalco's stand-up on Hulu.
No. No, it's Riri Malika, who you'll see coming up in the new Vision Quest show. But he's been doing stuff for a while, and he plays a writer who's writing about sex work, but he goes undercover to do the sex work so that he can write about it. Yeah, he's going to blow up. As soon as I feel like Vision Quest comes out,
Yeah.
he's going to blow up.
So
'Cause you're
it's,
gonna know.
it's like a gentleman's agreement, but for prostitutes, is what it's.
Sex workers.
Yeah, sex workers.
Yeah.
Gay sex work, sorry.
And then obviously one that's swimming around my brain right now is Leviticus. We saw it.
Yeah.
I do love it. Again, could have more of those. That can be a franchise. Or we can just follow them part 2 of them going on their first date.
Yeah.
Something sweet.
Yeah, it's just like total genre shift.
Yeah, exactly. I could just do like the special Christmas episode where we just see them for 30 minutes.
And then they start like incorporating the thing into threesomes and
I feel like I've watched enough times that I'm like, I could fix him. Like I could fix the entity. Like I was just kind of like, I think if you just have a little bit of boundaries with the entity, you could just be like, stop. Or I just wonder, like, does it switch forms if you're kind of like, you thought you were in the mood for something and then you're like, oh no. And then does it like just shapeshift right there? Or do you have to like be like, oh, go away and come back as the new I don't know. I have questions.
go change.
Exactly. So I think those are options for us to explore. But yes, those are my, I think, top 4.
That third one is super cool. I'm looking it up right now.
Oh, Sebastian. I feel like that's another one where like that's my most like where people have like a pick with like, what is that? I was like, that's my only one. Everything else I'm just kind of like, Avengers Endgame. And they're like, great choice.
That's me with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I get it.
You
The
know what I'm
Marvel
saying?
verse,
They're just like, oh, you have no taste besides
Yeah.
like what's given to you on a platter.
Well, but they don't. I think they just don't realize that we are the ones who have taste.
Oh, you know what also I love is
They're the problem.
bonus one, Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris.
Oh, the new one?
The one that was not too long ago?
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Is that a remake?
It is based on a book, I feel like from like the 50s or something like that. And it's just the most heartwarming. She is
Was it like cozy core kind of movie?
so much so, like set in England. She goes to Paris for like a Chanel dress or something like that, but it's in the 50s, so she has no money.
Period. Yeah.
And it's just the most heartwarming just movie. Yeah, I'm going by top 4 of the ones that I've actually bought. Like, I was like, if I put money towards it, that means I will rewatch it and go for it. But that is also one to watch. Those are my top
Those
5.
are lovely. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Tyler.
Yeah.
Top 4 and a bonus.
We're spoiled.
Or 4 and a heart. As Lily would say, look at me, I'm in with the programs. Tyler's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, I've seen The Heart, but I was like, I just don't know what that means. I mean, I see like the screenshots. 'cause
Yeah.
I'm not on Letterboxd.
Well, We're not even going to talk about the movie now. We're just about to talk about heart politics.
Yeah.
It's just like a heart.
Sometimes the heart is like, it's like a 0.25. It's like, I'm giving this just a little extra bump.
So it
Some
doesn't go
people
like
treat it that way.
That's not above a 5-star or like.
It's like, I don't want to give this 4.5, but it's a really good 4-star movie is what you do.
It's like if you're unemployed, it's like what people do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone
Okay.
uses the heart differently. I don't use it.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's because I didn't start using it.
Some people just do hearts, no ratings.
That's for people who work in film.
Yeah. You're like,
Does that just mean like I've seen it aside from like.
the heart is like, I like this movie.
But I'm not going to stake my claim into how much I liked it because
Yeah.
I don't. Maybe I'm going to work with this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I appreciate that the film was made and dozens of people worked on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you just like everything.
Yeah.
Real scumbag centrist behavior. But, aside from the heart, Letterboxd has many other features, including the cast and the crew.
Really? Wow. These are getting better and better.
I was like, is this sponsored? Are we gonna go?
All About Eve was produced by Daryl F. Zanuck for 20th Century Fox and written and directed by Joseph L. Mankwiecz. How do you say his last name?
I don't know. I just know there was a movie about him on Netflix that was bad.
Mankiewicz.
Oh,
Mankiewicz. I'm going to call him Joseph L. The film began as Mary Orr's 1946 cosmopolitan short story, The Wisdom of Eve. Fox optioned the screen rights in 1949, and Joseph L. developed it into an 82-page treatment called Best Performance before expanding it into a screenplay. Zanuck was heavily involved in the development, giving Mankiewicz extensive notes and ultimately suggesting the title All About Eve. The original 223-page script was eventually cut down to 180 pages. The shoot itself was surprisingly harmonious. Bette Davis later called it a charmed production and said filming was a very happy experience. Although she added that the only bitch in the cast was Celeste Holm. And this is why we love Bette Davis.
Perfect. No notes.
No notes, but
One note.
but that bitch. And there always is one.
That's funny. That's so different than some of the others that we've talked about. It's like, yeah, I know this movie would be a piece of shit when we filmed it. It sucked. I hated the experience.
This was the opposite. They were like, this is something special. Everybody loved coming to work. Like, it was a really lovely set. Now we're going to talk about the director, Joseph L. Mankiewicz. He was a Pennsylvania-born writer, producer, and director who became one of the most acclaimed filmmakers of Hollywood's studio era. He entered the film industry in his 20s as a writer, moved into producing at MGM, and eventually became a director at 20th Century Fox. He was particularly known as a writer's director with very clever, witty dialogue and complex characters. His career peaked around All About Eve. He won Best Director and Best Screenplay 2 years in a row for A Letter to Three Wives and All About Eve. His older brother was Herman J. Mankiewicz, the Oscar-winning co-writer of Citizen Kane.
That's the one that Mank is about.
Oh, you're right. Okay. The less talented brother.
Yeah.
And the way that Mankiewicz directed was very specific. One of the notes that unlocked Margo for Bette Davis in her role was that she should treat a mink coat like it was a poncho. Nice.
That's fun.
That's a fun note. But nothing else really about his directing other than he was easy to work with. He left MGM after getting into it with studio boss Louis B. Mayer over Judy Garland. He became concerned about the 20-year-old Garland's mental health and dependence on prescription drugs and encouraged her to see a psychiatrist. MGM boss Louis B. objected, reportedly worrying about the stigma of one of his stars receiving psychiatric treatment and treating Mankiewicz's involvement as an interference with studio property. The two men had a major confrontation and Mankiewicz quit MGM.
Louis B. We don't support Louis B.
We don't. And then, of course, there was the Nightmare of Cleopatra. He was brought in to direct the massively troubled Elizabeth Taylor production. He later described Cleopatra as essentially hell. His famous assessment was, it was conceived in a state of emergency, shot in confusion, and wound up in a blind panic. It nearly derailed his career. We're going to go into the cast. Now, there is this undiscovered, she's really small. This is like her only...
Kind of like an indie
actress. Like, nobody...
This is her big break. We're really rooting for her.
We're really rooting for her. She's kind of like, you don't like really notice her, but her name is like Mary Lynn Monroe. And giving her any kind of introduction feels disrespectful to the icon she was. You all know who the fuck she is.
She's the girl that you see with the face tattoos on the Boardwalk t-shirts.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Just
go to
gay
Hollywood
rights going down the
Boulevard.
drain here. Just breezed over Judy's drug problems at 20 years old. We're just slandering Marilyn's name, Bette Davis. Christ.
All respect to my queens. I love these ladies. Let me tell you. We'll talk about it now. Okay. But you guys know who Marilyn Monroe is. She's barely in this movie, but she is a scene stealer the whole time. I was like, I can't stop looking at her. She's
24.
Good for her. Now we're going to talk about Bette Davis as Margo Channing. Also a Hollywood icon. I feel like I don't need to give her too much of an introduction, but I'm going to talk about her anyway.
We haven't talked about her yet.
We haven't talked
so
about
far.
her
I think
yet.
we talked around her winning Best Actress and other things, but she's never been the focus in one of our movies.
Exactly.
So excited.
So Bette Davis was already one of Hollywood's biggest stars by the time she played Margo Channing. She won 2 Best Actress Oscars for playing strong-willed, often unsympathetic women. She was also notoriously willing to fight the studio system by the late 1940s. However, Davis's career had kind of cooled considerably, which made her casting as an aging Broadway star, terrified of becoming irrelevant, almost uncomfortably perfect for her, as she has said so herself. She wasn't even the original choice. It Happened One Night star Claudette Colbert was originally cast as Margo, but she had to withdraw because of like a back injury, and then Davis stepped in.
A back injury?
I don't know, she was filming something else. Fun fact about Bette Davis, she married her All About Eve co-star Gary Merrill, who plays Bill Sampson, her husband in the movie. They were married for 10 years.
Wow, good for them.
Good for them. La vie imite l'art, as they say. No, but their marriage was really nasty, actually, and they hated each other.
Yeah.
Didn't she say that, like, he married the character, not her?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think I said la vie imite l'art.
Made the line like that in the movie.
That's what I thought, because I was like, oh, maybe I just pulled that line from the movie, but I think she also said it after when the marriage dissolved.
Davis became the first actor to receive 10 Academy Award nominations and was also the first female president of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. Allegedly, she had a feud with, guess who? Joan Crawford.
Didn't Ryan Murphy cover that?
Yeah, but they did Baby Jane together.
Whatever happened to Baby Jane?
Yeah.
I need to see that movie.
Yeah, I thought for a second that's what I thought I was watching. I was going to be watching. And wait, who was the one that went back and said that when she was out of work, offered to be like a secretary? Was that Joan Crawford or was that Bette Davis?
I think
it's one of.
Not positive.
I'd have to look that up.
Yeah, look it up.
There's some lore there.
They had like a full-blown war. Bette Davis actually on the set of the movie that her and Joan Crawford were on, Bette Davis ordered a Coca-Cola machine to be installed there because Joan Crawford's deceased husband was like the CEO of Pepsi.
Well, that's why Madonna has that famous line in Vogue, Bette Davis, we love you.
Yes, and not Joan Crawford.
Joan Crawford is not listed.
And if you're not listed, and she also says Rita Hayworth, which is interesting because Bette Davis's ex-husband, Gary Merrill, immediately moved on to Rita Hayworth after her.
Oh, wow.
T.
I mean, of course, this movie was always going to have good tea.
Oh, of course.
The fact that we didn't start the podcast with, like, buckle up.
Yes, I was gonna wait.
Buckle up, it's going to be a bumpy
rap.
podcast.
Yeah. Universal initially wanted to rename her Bettina Dawes. Bettina Dawes. Bettina Dawes. Davis refused because she thought it sounded like Between the Drawers.
that I think there are many reasons to object to that, but that is also a good one.
Bettina. She was nicknamed Mother Goddamn in Hollywood due to her reputation of being an obsessive perfectionist and workaholic with very little patience for people who didn't meet her standards.
Yes, Queen.
Same. No. Her gravestone reads, "She did it the hard way." Davis credited All About Eve writer-director Joseph L. Mankwiecz with coming up with the phrase.
Where is that gravestone inscription?
Let me tell you. The one that just keeps putting up crazy numbers, y'all. Forest Lawn Memorial Park, Hollywood Hills, Los Angeles County, California, USA. Court of Remembrance section, map number 837. Distinguished Memorial, Sarcophagus 1. Large white tomb to the left of the entrance. Memorial ID 258.
Tyler, have you been?
Should we be doxing her like that?
Okay, this is where you find out Tyler is not a listener. We dox everyone.
Just giving everyone's funeral resting place. Ow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you can go pay your respects, which I'm going to do one of these days.
We should just do a graveyard tour one
A field
day.
trip?
A live podcast at Forest Lawn.
At Forest Lawn. Yeah, we could put it up to the gravestone and see if they say anything.
Interview them?
Yes.
We're trifling with spirits.
No, nope, not me.
Okay. There's a lot of people in this cast. I'm trying to keep it short.
Yeah,
But I am going to be chatting.
It's a good cast.
Next, we're going to talk about Anne Baxter, who plays Eve Harrington. Excuse me. Anne Baxter was already an Oscar-winning actress before she played Eve Harrington. She is the granddaughter of legendary architect Frank Lloyd Wright. Baxter started acting incredibly young. She was on Broadway by 13 and screen tested for Rebecca at 16 to play Mrs. De Winter, but was considered too young for the role. The test nevertheless helped her land a contract at 20th Century Fox, and then her career took off very quickly. There was actually a clever reason Baxter was cast as Eve, because Claudette Colbert was originally supposed to play Margot, and Baxter was chosen because she partly resembled Claudette Colbert. The concept was that Eve would gradually begin to look more and more like Margot as she steals her career and identity.
Oh. You know who it's
It's like season 2 of Euphoria.
I was gonna say it's like Mean Girls.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
It's Regina George and Katie Heron. We're very good.
You know who Anne Baxter looked like to me?
Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
I saw her and I was like, is that?
No, literally. Like her IMDb picture is from, I believe, All About Eve, but it just looks so much like Florence Pugh.
Yeah, it was crazy. More than 20 years after playing Eve, Anne Baxter joined the Broadway musical adaptation of All About Eve Applause, except this time she played Margo Channing. So Anne Baxter literally went from Eve to Margo in real life.
Nice.
And then,
Tom Felton.
very true. And then she also replaced Bette Davis again. In 1983, Bette Davis starred in the pilot for the TV series Hotel, but became ill and left the show, and her replacement was Anne Baxter.
Oh, wow. La vie.
La vie imite l'art.
Thank you.
Okay, Gary Merrill, I'm sorry, dude. There's really nothing of note other than that he was married to Bette Davis, and he mostly...
Mr. Bette Davis.
He's Mr. Bette Davis, and he mostly just played supporting roles in TV and film. Okay, George Sanders, who plays Addison DeWitt. Guess what? He was the iconic voice of the Bengal tiger, Shere Khan, in The Jungle Book.
I did
Yeah.
not know that, but
Yeah.
he was also the creepy, pervy cousin.
And
He
Rebecca.
was. He's fabulous.
He got his Oscar.
Yeah. He was a British actor born in St. Petersburg, Russia, whose wealthy family fled to England during the Russian Revolution. Before acting, he bounced through jobs in textiles, tobacco, and advertising before discovering that his deep voice, upper-class English accent, and naturally condescending manner made him perfect for Hollywood. He built a 40-year career specializing in suave villains and charming assholes. Addison DeWitt in All About Eve was perhaps the ultimate version of this persona, and Sanders won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for this performance. Some stuff about him, he married 2 Gabor sisters. Gabor.
Oh, Zsa Zsa.
Yes. Sanders married Zsa Zsa Gabor in 1949 and divorced her in 1954. Then, 16 years later, he married her older sister, Magda Gabor.
That's enough space.
I mean, they've been going to Thanksgivings for so long.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
And then, so that marriage lasted 32 days before being annulled.
Okay, we could have finished that before I spoke. Because then I looked.
Nobody talk until I actually finish this part. Zaza then slept with him, Magda's sister, after he divorces her sister. Zaza sleeps with him.
She like sloppy seconds herself.
She sloppy thirds, basically. So it went one sister, the other sister, and then the other sister slept with him after he divorced that sister. Wow. His reputation for being an asshole was definitely part of his brand. Sanders disliked interviews, refused to give autographs, and reportedly enjoyed being perceived as rude and disagreeable. In 1942, the Hollywood Women's Press Club gave him its Sour Apple Award for difficult or rude behavior. Even his autobiography leaned to it. He called his memoir Memoirs of a Professional Cad.
No, that's funny.
That is funny.
He got fired from a job after showing up drunk to his boss's wedding, and then another job reportedly ended after he got into a pistol duel over a woman.
What a cad.
Okay, vibe shift. The end of his life was really sad.
These segues.
End of his life was really sad, guys. In 1967, his wife, Benita Hume, his mother, and his brother all died within roughly the same period. He subsequently experienced serious financial losses, declining health, heavy drinking, and depression. At one point, after realizing he could no longer play his beloved piano, he dragged it outside and destroyed it with an axe. In 1972, at 65, Sanders died by suicide in Spain. His final note, however, was very George Sanders. He wrote that he was leaving because he was bored, felt he'd lived long enough, and wished the world luck with its problems. Even his final words maintained the same cynical, world-weary persona associated with him.
Wow, that's a fascinating story. Mm-hmm. I wonder if anyone has made a movie about him.
They should.
The end of his life sounds very dramatic.
He
Just like
reminds me-
him with an axe. Who would play him chopping up the piano?
The guy who
Matthew
plays
McFadden.
Mr. Darcy.
Matthew
Matthew
McFadden.
McFadden.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
They're
who
both
I thought.
in- Yeah,
That's
Tom
in
Wamsgans.
totally.
Him
Tom
in
Wamsgans,
Succession.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, this looks like the guy from Succession. Who is this?
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, very short. Celeste Holm, the bitch, according to Bette Davis.
Hey, Oscar winning.
I know, Oscar-winning bitch. I mean, like, you kind of have. Okay. As Karen Richards, we know her as Anne from Gentleman's Agreement.
We do.
She was an Oscar-winning actress, major Broadway star, mostly stuck to the theater, left Hollywood to go back to it. At 87, though, she married a 41-year-old man.
Go off.
In 2004, on her 87th birthday, Holm married opera singer Frank Basile, who, like I said, was 41. They met when he performed at a fundraiser several years earlier. And that is a wrap on cast and crew.
Well, thank you, Sarah.
Yeah, sorry, there's a lot.
No, that was great.
These women are busy.
Now we can relive the plot of this movie. It begins in media res, as they say, in the middle of the action. Kind of a flash to the present, essentially. Eve Harrington, this person that we know very little about at the time of the beginning of this movie, she's receiving an award for theater, very prestigious award, while we hear a man giving a voiceover kind of explaining a little bit about that. I loved the voiceover. I thought it was a really cool framing device for the story. During this voiceover, we also hear an early name drop. All you're here to hear all about Eve. I was like, oh, he said it. He said it. The voiceover is revealed to be the character of Addison DeWitt. He names himself. He introduces a few other characters like Karen Richards, who is married to a writer, Max, who's a producer, and Margo Channing, an actress. She is great, a true star, Eve is, they say, and kind of making her the award. She is the youngest person to ever receive this award, and we see everyone celebrating in the audience except the two women. And I was like, okay, we're cooking something here.
I was like, oh.
Because I knew nothing about this movie going into it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, what's the tea?
I immediately believed them. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever they're feeling, it's correct.
Yes, it's totally valid.
Also, the announcer was like so heavy-handed. He's like, I'm the oldest person and the youngest person's going to get it. And then you look at Bette Davis, you're like, well, fine, you girl.
Yeah, it's not her. Sorry, girl.
I was like, that was shady.
Yeah, imagine if they did that in the Oscars. They just like soft dropped whoever won.
Yeah, it's someone it's like the Key and Peele sketch where it's like, oh, if you're gay, it's like a TED Talk and it's like, oh, if you're gay, and then it just keeps panning to
the one guy.
The one guy. Yeah, to Jordan Peele, and he's like, what the fuck? Why do you keep putting the camera on me?
But yeah, he's like, yes, we have a beautiful young winner of the award, not like the old hags who are usually up for it. Cuts to Bette Davis.
Says the old fucking hag himself.
No, literally. The narration then, as I kind of mentioned, it passes to Karen. So she is the wife of the writer, played by Celeste Holm. It flashes back to last October. She is arriving at a play after the play is done, and she sees this very odd, shrewish woman who is a stan. She's just standing outside the theater.
I was immediately like, no,
Yeah,
I don't
like,
trust this person.
Ew.
Creepy as fuck.
Yeah, there are some people who have some really bad social decisions in this movie. Mm-hmm. Just the way the plot is set in motion. It's kind of funny. Although I think it makes a lot of sense once you understand the characters and their motivation. So I think it's very good in that. Because it's like, why would Karen do this? And you kind of reveal it a little bit later.
Wait, I have a question for everybody. Who is someone that you would be standing outside like that for? Like someone whose show you would see every single night, you'd buy standing room. Like who would you be that stand for?
2000 to 2003, maybe Britney Spears.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going to say, who was that for us at any point?
Right, because I think now I'm like, well, I got stuff to do, like, every night.
Yeah, I was like, girl, that's
every night.
sad. I was like, don't you have like...
Yeah.
I'm like,
Someone
She
whose
turned out to
hair
be
you just wanted to sniff.
She just turned out to be a liar anyway, so like, can I see the ticket stub for 6 nights? I don't believe her anymore.
True.
Yeah.
She just knew how to be seen.
I don't...
That's a valuable skill.
I guess none of us can fucking answer.
Well, I was thinking, I don't think you do it now. Do it like when you were like younger, like coming up.
I still can't. I don't know if
There's nobody at like
I don't think so.
Like when you were
15,
little?
17.
Oh, when I was 17, probably.
Yeah, I know she's like what 24 in the movie, but I think there was like more free time. She didn't have like.
Yeah, she didn't have TikTok.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you had a lot more time. And also she moved from San Francisco. She had nobody, so I guess that makes sense if you're in a new city.
Yeah. For me, it probably would have been like fucking like Bill Hader or Fred Armisen. Not in like a crushy way, but in like I would watch any of their stuff, like the SNL stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You would go to SNL every night.
Fucking
Wait.
yeah. Yes.
Camp out every week.
Yes. When I was younger, I would. Totally wouldn't do that now. That would be weird.
But yeah, Eve is putting Eminem to shame as a stan in this.
Dear Slim.
I was like,
Dear Margo.
Dear Marco. I wrote you, but you still ain't calling.
Telegramming.
I got my girlfriend in the back of the car.
Okay. Yes. Karen is impressed by her psychosis because Eve says, I've been waiting this whole time to see Margo. I just love her so much. And Karen's like, that's lit. You want to meet her?
Crazy.
You dangerously obsessed person. How about we go meet this person that you clearly pose a danger to? But yeah, Karen, she goes backstage she brings back, oh, please come, you gotta come. And she walks into Margo's dressing room, and Margo is making fun of the play. And you can tell Karen's like a little annoyed by that. So I think that she's actually trying to troll Margo a little bit by bringing this weirdo woman backstage to like mess with her a little bit. Because I think Karen and Margo have a very interesting relationship throughout the movie.
It's a little bit of a dinner for schmucks thing too, where I think look at this loser who's like fawning over you. Like,
right.
Let's all laugh at her. I think is what I
there's definitely like a taking the piss element to it. I kind of interpreted.
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, Margo wasn't in her wig. Like, why would you need anyone wigless?
Yeah.
Like, if someone's coming into my dressing room that's a fan, I was like, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just saying, I was like, that was dirty.
No, she did
Yeah.
her. They did her dirty.
Yeah. Well, Karen also literally says she brought the fan because she worships Margo. And if I were Margo, I'd be like, get her out of here.
That's scary.
No, it is. We didn't have, again, Stan had not been written at that time. The sacred texts had not been written. Margo immediately, it is funny though, how Margo immediately begins putting on airs once Eve walks into the room. Yeah. Because she was kind of being a little, again, making fun of the play, being a little like rude and crass, kind of being herself, right? Yeah. Of course. But then when Eve walks in, she immediately, oh, how nice to meet you. Putting on those airs for sure. And Eve starts like being really creepy. She tells her whole backstory.
Which, I'm sorry, the backstory was like so fucking boring. And we were like crying tears. We're like, that's so sad. I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah,
I didn't earn that.
Huh?
I didn't earn that. If I was in there, I'd be like, I didn't earn that.
I didn't earn that. No, that's what I was gonna be like, I actually don't. Don't do it.
That's too much for me.
Yes.
You know?
They're crying because what? She went to San Francisco and then she lost her husband?
Yeah, she lived in Wisconsin she was a child in Wisconsin and then moved to San Francisco. Her husband went to the war, so she went to go see him in San Francisco, but then found out that he died before she got there. So she then lived in San Francisco, and her only solace was seeing Margo Channing's play.
Well, my thing was like, first I was like, what war? Let's be specific when we lie.
No, she wasn't specific.
I was like, what war? That's the first thing I thought. I was like, what war?
She's such a doofus.
And then second, I was like, oh, sorry you had to live in San Francisco when it was affordable. My bad.
Yeah, I don't fucking feel
how
bad.
much do you think those tickets were? Again, like this indigent woman who was husbandless being able to afford tickets every night.
Like, what did she do?
Was she selling her body, you think?
I couldn't say.
Yes. She parlays this whole story into being like, I saw Margo and now like my whole life I wanted to act.
Oh, whoa, surprise. Didn't see that coming.
Pandering to the crowd.
I think that's more embarrassing.
I know. Yeah. Margo, she appears to be very touched by this story, as we mentioned.
You can always tell when someone's having a moment in the movie because like the Vaseline lens. Like,
Yeah.
It's a little bit more sparkly. It's that moment.
At this point, Margo's boyfriend shows up, and he's just a giant douchebag immediately.
But we grow to love him.
We do.
Leave him a break.
True. Yeah, he's dating a cougar.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Good for him.
But he's immediately very standoffish, a bit rude. He brushes Eve off very quickly, which honestly, again,
Good.
like, he's vindicated.
Also, like, maybe his compass was correct.
Yeah.
It was. Mm-hmm. He stood on business that whole time.
He was also the director of the play. His big shot director. He was actually going to Hollywood which meant something very different back then. And people, all of them were saying, don't leave, or, expressing some level of, you're never going to come back, or you're going to lose yourself, or shout out Eminem again.
The bomb, mate, the bomb!
Guys, don't bring up Eminem.
Margot's spaghetti.
I think they gave their opinion on Hollywood when Marilyn's like, are there auditions out there?
Yeah.
He's like, that's all they do.
That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're talking about TV in particular.
Yes,
They're like,
yes.
Do they do auditions at TV? That's all TV is.
And I was like, damn, nothing's changed.
Yeah. At this point in this meeting, Karen decides that she has to leave, but she wants to stay close with Eve. She's like, let's be friends. We'll still be friends after this, you psychotic fan.
She got the evil Ethel edit. Like, she just looked like Ethel from I Love Lucy to me.
Oh my gosh.
She's just like the evil friend.
Wait.
Think
Yes.
about it.
I love that show.
I've never seen I Love Lucy.
Are you serious? That was like one of my favorite shows as a
Cut the
kid.
pod.
Huh?
Cut the pod.
Cut the pod.
Cut the pod.
Tyler and I will talk about it.
I Love Lucy rewatch pod. Yes, well, now it is just Eve and Bill in Margot's dressing room while Margot gets ready. Eve asks him why he's going to Hollywood instead of staying in the theater. The theater is the only pure art form. And she doesn't say that, but it's implied. Then they have to take Bill to the airport, and Eve just straight up accompanies them for
She's so
no
fucking
reason.
creepy. She's just like a fucking...
I don't know why they let her do that. Well, Margot probably just didn't want to carry her bags. She's like, this weirdo will carry my bags for me.
She's just like a fart that clings to your fucking pants all day.
You'd be amazed what people in that sphere will let total nobodies fucking do just to get a little bit of space away from, like, doing a basic menial task.
Yeah. Which we find that Margot finds this very valuable because we have a time cut and Eve moves into a guest room in Margot's place.
Rich people are like that, I swear, though. They just like, they do really let people in like that and they don't fucking think about it.
Well, Eve gets a job as just like
Kato.
posse member. Like if Margot was like a rap star or an NFL player, like they've got posses.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Eve would be the one getting bottle service in the club.
Eve is basically what Kato was to O.J. Simpson, where it's like, I'm gonna let you live in the AV or the whatever it is, the AED or whatever.
Right.
I was trying to think of like a gay equivalent, but I can't.
The gay equivalent of an NFL player or a rap star.
Yeah, I was like, you guys were talking about All About Eve, and we're going straight hard on the...
That's what I mean. They start talking about fucking Eminem and
Hold on. Eminem
It's
is
like-
allowed to be talked about. He's an Oscar winner. We need to keep that in mind. He did win an Oscar.
We're talking about Judy when completely went over.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about I Love Lucy and I was like, I've never seen it. I've never seen it. Which honestly fair. Like I say that all the time on this.
It's like on reruns. Just like turn on.
Yeah, like
sure you'll
it's an amazing show.
See, conversation dies again.
Yeah, see? The second we start talking.
I mean, there's like a good sushi restaurant scene in that, right?
You're thinking of the Chocolate Factory.
Oh yeah.
You're thinking about Ricky.
I was like, wait, that's like
You're thinking of Drake and Josh.
Drake and Josh.
You're thinking of Drake and Josh. Pip pip doodly doo.
Drake and Josh lampooning a scene from I
I
Love
love
Lucy.
Lucy. Yes, that's exactly what you're thinking.
Adam pitching the I Love Lucy reboot. He's like, instead of a candy, it's a sushi train.
and it's two boys.
That is what it is in Drake and Josh. I think it's a sushi.
It is.
place,
It
yeah.
is. I was literally thinking of that.
Yeah.
That is my closest touch
It's-
point to I Love Lucy is one cutaway gag in Drake and Josh.
Yeah.
You haven't even seen the scene where they're smashing the grapes and making wine?
So we're 30 minutes into the movie, I think, right?
Yes.
This is the point.
Yeah.
Because this is also the point for me that they were just like, we don't like her. And I was like, she just moved in.
Yeah.
This is the worst roommate situation ever.
Yes.
Well, yeah. The narration also. Margot takes the narration at this point. She says that Eve became her sister lawyer, etc.
That's rich people shit. They really do
No,
think like
for
that.
real. But we also have her other entourage member, but I think this entourage member is actually paid, and that's Birdie. She's an older woman. After a show, Birdie and Eve are doting on Margot, and Margot catches Eve pretending to be in her dress. She's like, take my dress to be hung up or dry cleaned or whatever, and then she walks out and Eve's draping it over her body in front of a mirror. So
Oh my god,
creepy.
I want to fucking throw up at that.
So, I mean,
Who told you to put on that dress?
so
Rebecca comes in.
we have already alluded to it. Spoiler alert, Eve is lying for the people who have not seen this movie. but I don't know why you're listening this far if you haven't seen the movie and you want to. But I know Tyler's seen this movie. Drew and Sarah, did you know? At what point did you know?
Immediately.
Yeah,
I knew she was a little sewer rat girl. Like
They put way too much sugar on her backstory to have it be real. I
was like, this is not. I am not charmed by this girl at all.
I think they were also heavy-handed in the music, usually with her, or like how they would stay on her and she'd do that one little like.
Yeah.
Right before.
Tyler's raising
mewing.
one of his eyebrows.
Tyler's mewing.
Yeah. She'd be like, oh, I'm gonna go.
Yes.
So just a little like audience. We're smarter than the rest of the people in this cast.
Also, she didn't have any color in her eyes. I know it's in black and white, but she just looked like she had pupils, like just like shark eyes. I was like, wow.
It's like a bug.
Like a bug.
Like a little parasite.
Yeah.
Cut 2. Margo is in bed. She is awoken by a phone call from her boyfriend, Bill, who again is on the West Coast, whereas they're in New York. And he is saying that she called for this phone call to be made to wish him happy birthday. And she's, I didn't do that. Well, she does play it off well enough, but it's clear that Eve set this call up to be a good friend, but obviously creepy. Yeah. Very creepy.
Weird.
Yeah. He's very happy. Bill's excited to come home. It's his birthday. He's looking forward to the party that Eve is allegedly planning. To it, Margo is saying, that is news to me. Margo then straight up asks Birdie if she likes Eve, and Birdie says no. Birdie reads her.
Birdie is a real...
filth.
She's a real one.
Yeah. Birdie thinks that she's got a creepy vibe and says Eve is studying her as if for a role in a play, which Birdie cooked. We can all agree.
We'll steal like an artist.
Yeah. Margo dismisses it, though, because she just thinks her useful, probably, and doesn't want to see it, doesn't want to admit the truth.
Who's going to carry my bags, then?
Yeah, Eve admits then that she's the one who made that call for Margo, for Bill. And then the party looms. Margo is getting dressed in her room and is surprised that Bill hasn't come up to see her. And then goes down and finds him talking to Eve.
No.
Of course. So messy. And then Margo and Bill fight. I loved this fight scene. That was
All their fight scenes were so good.
Really well written.
Well written, yeah.
Yeah. Because Margo is very intimidated by Eve, mostly because of her youth. I think it has a lot to say. The movie has a lot to say about this aging actress and how she feels sort of in her own skin. And her reaction to Eve is very much a reaction to the way that she's actually feeling about herself. But also sort of a reaction to Eve because Eve's crazy. The way it wraps her insecurity into the story, I think, is really, really strong. Really interesting.
Yeah, it just like dances the line, I feel like, of like, you're like, okay, like maybe chill out a little bit, but also I completely understand where you're coming from kind of thing. You're like, is she, I don't know. It was just super nuanced and Gersh's like really well written and acted, all of that. Anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, Margo, she's intimidated, threatened by her. Then the party officially begins. Karen and Lloyd show up. Margo starts getting so messy. She's drunk and messy and causing a scene, acting a fool, just crying out for attention. It's like literally a cry for help.
Yeah.
Yes.
But she's also being so mean and rude and annoying that like everyone's just like, shut up. Which is kind of sad. I felt so much empathy for Margo throughout this whole story. Tyler didn't.
Tyler was stoned.
There's like, screw that old hag.
I loved when she was at the piano and they were playing Liebstrom or whatever.
Yeah.
That was hilarious because I love that song and I'm like, damn, they really do be like that.
Oh, what did she do with the music? It was something very funny.
She was just sitting next to the guy playing the piano and it was a really sad song and like Bill comes up and he's like, can you like make this ask for happier music? Because you're like killing the vibe.
He's like, you've played this song 7 times.
Yeah. He's like, who the fuck is on aux right now?
Give me the aux. I want to play some Eminem.
Yeah. Oh, no. No.
I need to play
SDC won't let me. Orange.
Yeah. 2 trailer park girls go around the outside. That's Eve.
Yeah.
The disrespect.
Oscar winner. Eminem.
More like Oscar Mayer Wiener.
But,
That
okay,
was
look.
that was Loki and Eminem style bar, to be fair.
right.
Louis B. Mayer? Oh, no, I'm not going to
True.
try.
Okay, Sarah, Tyler, I'm going to pull you back in because Addison DeWitt shows up to the party with Marilyn Monroe. I don't even remember what her name was, but she's Marilyn Monroe.
Yes. Honestly, a hilarious line right off the bat. I wrote it down. It was like, he refers to Marilyn Monroe's character as a graduate of the Copacabana School of Dramatic Arts.
Drew, what is the Copacabana?
Copacabana is, famously the Copacabana is a club, like beach area in Rio. You know the song, the Copacabana. But there's also like a lot of clubs that have been named the Copacabana. I met her at the club.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah.
And she's a pretty thing.
Yeah.
And she's gonna get a job that way.
Yeah.
For life.
Exactly.
But also, they took time with her. They were building her up. She was like the Spider-Man of Civil War.
Yeah.
In this case, they put her in an all-white gown. They knew what they were doing.
They knew
It took extra
exactly.
time.
Yeah.
Does anyone know, was she very famous at the time?
I
of
was
this
wondering
movie?
that.
Hell yeah. I don't
I
know.
think so. I think she got famous. This was like right at the beginning of it.
Yeah, because 24 would have been really pretty young.
Yeah, I feel like she got bigger at like 27.
Right, yeah, because I think she was a little more, like she wasn't a child star or anything like that.
No, she was like a
No.
model like when she was younger.
I feel like a lot of the movies that she's in are in color.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's maybe a hint.
Some Like It Hot.
Right.
What a great
Wait,
movie. That's Billy Wilder, too. Iconic.
But that's still black and white though, I think.
Don't Bother to Knock is black and white. Like there's a handful of these 50 ones that are black and white.
I can't remember.
Asphalt Jungle's also. Asphalt Jungle's the same year.
Because like 7-Year Itch, that is in color, but that's when she's already like Marilyn.
Yeah. Is that the one with the dress?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess she
Very
was-
iconic.
I will say I could not stop staring at her. I've never seen her in a movie before. I
Yeah.
couldn't stop staring at her, but then Bette Davis came on screen and I couldn't stop staring at Bette Davis because she's just so
She was so
magnetic.
drunk and messy.
Yes.
But
Well,
like
and
Marilyn's like that, and James Dean is like that. Where you're kind of like, oh, I get it when you watch it.
when you watch it.
Yeah, you're just like they are like her, Marilyn and James are like that.
They have aura.
They have aura.
But yeah, she tries to foist Eve off on to Max, her producer friend, saying, "Oh, she'll be perfect to work in your office. I don't want her. I'm done playing with this toy. I want you to have her now."
Yeah.
And he does. He kind of doesn't want to, but he decides to take that. Then she has a conversation with Lloyd. Lloyd being the character of Karen's husband. He's also the writer for all of the plays that Margo stars in. Essentially, it's the person who really gave her start and her stardom, or gave her the platform, right? The lines to read and everything like that. She expresses to him her discomfort with getting older and knowing like the sort of roles that he wants to write. She fears that these playwrights only want to write roles for young women. So worrying that the roles that are being written, she doesn't really fit into anymore. Just that classic, like, I don't feel like I belong in this space because I'm getting older. Even though Lloyd, he sort of brushes off her concerns. I want to keep writing for you, but we'll see how that lasts. Oh, Bette Davis has a great line. Sarah, I believe I'm sure you clocked this line. She says, talking about her husband, Bill is 32. He looked 32 5 years ago, and he'll look 32 5 years from now. I hate men.
Yes. So good.
This is great. I hate men.
Wait, but you skipped over, or has she already said it? The bumpy ride thing. Like that's the most iconic line.
Oh yeah, before she gets drunk and messy.
Yeah. It's
Oh, what did she say?
That's
the party
before the party.
Oh.
It's like one of the most-
Yeah, bumpy ride. Yeah.
So Bette Davis was great. I mean, the fact that no women won an Oscar for this movie is absolutely crazy.
Nobody won?
Don't
tell me fucking Anne. Don't tell me the fashion.
It wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't. It's
Okay.
arguably worse, but we'll get into that. Eve and Karen have a conversation, and then the whole group sort of sits on the stairs, and they talk about the theater. Then Margo comes up, insults everyone, and then drunkenly goes to bed.
Yeah.
She's making it hard to root for her, to be honest.
Oh, that's drag queen behavior.
All About Eve. Is there like a drag version of All About Eve?
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Like
Yeah.
Betty Davis, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm
That
sure.
would be fun.
Hamburger Marys?
I feel like they probably prefer more to do. There's something about BBJ because
Yeah.
Oh,
two
yeah.
people like do the thing.
Yeah, Eve is shaken. She's shook by this. Karen tells her it's okay. She tries to calm her down. Then we cut to the next day. They were talking about Addison's friend, who's played by Marilyn Monroe, going to do an audition, and that Margo is going to go and help her, do that. She was going to read across from her in this role. So Margo shows up to help her friend do the audition and learns she's 90 minutes late.
Was that on purpose? Or was that on accident? I couldn't tell.
I think it was just characteristically, it's like she's going to say it's 2:30 and then show up at 4 no matter what. And I think they know that. Like, normally they'd sit and wait for her, but given what happens, it's like, I think they're just like, oh,
yeah, it is an interesting thing, like how much of this is sabotage and how much of this is, you know...
Her sabotaging herself.
True, yeah, I think that's like a thing of it as well, definitely. Eve is revealed to have read in the audition, and Eve is also Margot's understudy for the play, which is messy.
Well, yeah, because Eve asks Karen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before all of that, she takes Karen to the side and is like, can I please be Margot's understudy? So she's like starting to really weasel her way into Margot's life now. And now she's reading.
Yeah. And by all accounts, everyone seems to think that Eve is very talented. Yeah. The hot new thing. Mm-hmm. Then this is a fun scene. Margo goes into the room. She plays really coy with the situation. You're like, I'm ready to do the audition.
God, I loved her. I loved her.
And then she pops, revealing what she knew what was actually happening, that Eve read for the role, and she really crashes out. She tries to catch them complimenting Eve.
Yes!
The whole thing is, again, it's like, I found it very sad. I just had a lot of empathy. She was just self-sabotaging in a way to, like, try and get people to... She was kind of, like, victimizing herself.
Yes.
She wants the men to admit, right, that, like, we don't want you anymore. That's, like, what she's trying to push them to say, almost. And she has an epic crash out. Yeah, Lloyd leaves, and then she talks to Bill. Honestly, Bill is very sweet throughout this whole time. He's, like, very reassuring, actually, to her.
And a good balance to her fieriness. Like, he's just, like...
He's almost
he stays very calm.
Yeah. He's, like, almost aloof, but not quite. Like, in a way that is non-toxic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do you think he's golden retriever boyfriend or black cat boyfriend?
That's not the dynamic they got here.
I think it's a way more golden retriever. He looks up to her. Like, he's always like, I need Margo, but he doesn't. I'd say maybe not golden retriever. I'd say maybe a chocolate lab.
A chocolate lab, yes.
Chocolate lab.
Like a black cat, I think of withholding. Yeah. And I don't think he was withholding in any way. I think he was very generous.
He was very generous. Yeah. A black cat, stay away.
Yeah, Margo probably more the black cat because she's not
totally.
100%.
I even wrote, Margo is being hella self-sabotaging. She is accusing everyone of plotting against her with Eve, and it was really sad seeing her self-destruct. And then Bill, he soft proposes to her, and then, like, sort of breaks up with her. It was sad. And then Lloyd, the writer, goes home. He goes to complain to Karen, and he talks about how he actually wants to write roles for Eve, sort of, confirming Margot's fears. Because, I mean, when you can write for an old hag or a young star, which one are you going to choose?
I'm with you on this. You're on your own.
Ageism right there.
Getting canceled in real time. They don't want you to hear these thoughts.
I would write for Alexis.
Yeah. She's a young star.
Is.
What are you saying?
I thought I would just write for Alexis. I don't know. I was trying to give like a you answer. Like, I would write for Alexis.
I will write for Alexis at any age. Karen then reminds Lloyd that even if he's going to write for Eve, they've got a couples weekend with Bill and Margo, which is going to be hella awkward. Yeah. And she does I know what I'm going to do. And then she calls up Eve. We don't know why yet, but it's so messy. Karen, what are we doing?
She's being a Karen.
What if that was where this was from? It's not, but that would be funny.
Yeah.
So they're coming home. We skip over, we gloss over the trip, but we're coming home from the trip. Bill did not come. It is just Margo, Karen, and Lloyd. And they mysteriously run out of gas. They were trying to rush back so Margo could be in her show. So,
Karen's sitting there with her cheeks puffed. And it's like, I don't know where all the gas went.
There's like a little meta joke in this scene, which I really liked, where the radio is playing, but the radio is playing the score.
Yeah.
Music from like the score and the rest of the movie, and then Margo turns off the radio and says, I hate cheap sentiment.
Yeah.
Oh my god, wait.
Just like conversation around, mechanics, the industry.
Yeah. No, I thought that was a really clever little in-joke there.
It was a masterclass in audio storytelling.
And then I don't remember why I wrote this down, but Margo compares herself to an infant.
She's basically going off about how immature she's been acting.
Yeah.
And it's like, I've literally been acting like an infant who hasn't been able to sleep and whatnot.
Yeah. Again, she's also... So much of this is wrapped up in how she feels about herself. She worries about being Margo forever. The fear of, I'm this big star. Do I have to be this big star for the rest of my life? Because it's exhausting. Yeah. But also the fear of losing that, too.
Well, because she says a lot in the movie, she can't tell... She doesn't know who she is. She's like, I just want someone to tell me about myself. Which, that made me so sad, but I really loved that.
Yeah, because I think a lot of this movie, the themes of this movie are where does the role end and the person begin?
Yeah, and she doesn't know.
Yeah, she's been a star for so long that I am like the star, like the persona that I have built is myself, which is like a crazy thing to realize when you're kind of at a sort of later stage in life.
Right, and you're in the middle of being fucked over by your best friends.
Literally. Yeah, I mean, we see Eve has to be in the show since Margo is not there. They don't say it, but it's so very clear that Karen clearly set this up. Eve then tries to seduce Bill.
Oh my fucking God.
Yeah, the mask slips just a little bit.
A little bit. She was not coy.
No. Full Scarlett O'Hara outfit.
But Bill stays strong. Our chocolate lab. And then Addison... He pulls up on Eve after that, and he interrogates her backstory.
I could see that. I knew that he clocked her as a fucking phony.
Oh yeah, 100%. He was a little.
He's a cad himself.
He's
cad
a cad.
Recognized cad.
Cad recognized cad for sure. Eve does get a ton of praise for the performance, though, stepping in for Margo in the role.
She's also invited like every newspaper there.
Yes. Yeah. So I will say we'll get like it is explained what happened specifically later, but what the setup was Karen told Eve that Margo would not be making it to the show because Karen was planning to sabotage the trip and keep her from getting to the show in time. Yeah. So she told Eve that she better stay strapped and get all the press there for I believe it was Addison. She may have worked with Addison. Yeah. Or maybe Eve worked with Addison to bring in all of the media to cover the understudy performance, knowing that she was going to cook. Exactly. Which she did, allegedly.
Every time you say Addison, I want to go, Ray.
Ray. I'm like, I'm so glad you said that.
It's like stealing an overcompensating joke.
No.
Did you watch Overcompensating? Mm-mm. The Benito Skinner one?
No.
Because they would always be like, oh, I'm doing something for Charlie. And he goes, Puth?
Yeah.
So every time you say Addison, I'm like, Ray?
Yeah.
Puth over XCX. Happy Women's History Day, I guess.
But that's the joke is because they keep talking about Charlie XCX.
Oh, I see.
But they just call her Charlie. And then the one guy, much like you guys are doing, like, Puth?
Yeah, like with Eminem. Oh, Charlie Puth?
Yeah.
I see. Oh, it was a straight joke.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Those... straight.
More of a normie joke.
Okay. Anyway, back to All About Eve. We cut to Karen. She is a little bit of time passes after Eve has this really strong performance. Karen is at a restaurant trying to meet Margo. She runs into Eve and Addison. They give her a newspaper. So Addison wrote a glowing review about Eve and scathing drag against Margo, essentially calling her an old hag. He just wanted to be the kingmaker. Yeah. He wanted to be messy, and maybe he just didn't like Margo, or maybe I think he just I honestly think he wanted to be messy, and I think he also saw Eve as someone he could potentially control. Margo and Bill, they do reconcile though, which is very sweet.
Loved that.
Lloyd then alleges that Eve, they're all they're having a double date. Karen, Lloyd, Margo, Bill. Lloyd kind of alleges that Eve didn't know that she was being manipulated by Addison. They're like, he's the mastermind behind all of this. He's kind of saying this to cast less shadow on Eve because he really wants to cast her in a show. And he kind of wants people's acceptance for doing that. Especially, of course, Margo, because he would be bypassing her to kind of just straight up give the role to Eve. And he knows that Karen is the only person who can really convince Margo to give up the role to Eve. So he's kind of leaning on her a little bit. Then this is actually when we have the double date between them. Margo and Bill invite them out. They tell them that they're marrying. And then Eve sends it, who happens to be at this restaurant.
God, she's so fucking annoying. It's like, go away.
The waiter brings her a note.
2 tables away.
The waiter brings her a note as if they're kindergartners.
Yeah.
And got a note from you from the second row.
Will you go out with me? Circle yes or no.
No, literally. It's like, will you meet me in the women's bathroom?
That is a weird thing that we used to do, like in restaurants, that I wish we could still do. Is you could send
bring
a
that
message.
back.
Yeah, like you call into the restaurant and be like, I know this person's there. Like, can you tell them this, or that? Like, little tell.
Yeah. Then Margo's actually a little messy, and she says, "Oh no, you should go because I have to know why.
I love this. I
have to
love
know.
that.
I have to know why she's asking you to the bathroom. She's quote busting to know.
She says something like,
It was a simpler time, guys.
No, I'm going to start using that. I'm busting to know.
She's like, I've never not gone to the bathroom with you, and this is the one time I'll where you should go without me.
Yeah.
Which, like, you can tell, I'm so curious because I know it was originally written by a woman for Cosmopolitan, but then I just want to know, too, if the director, Mankwiecz or whatever, how much he wrote it. Because I'm like, this is so girly pop.
Like, this man cooked a little bit.
Yeah.
He may have cooked. Eve then says she regrets throwing her lot in with Addison, but it's such an obvious lie to get Karen to, go along with her plan. She wants to get Karen to persuade Lloyd to cast Eve as Cora this role. And then the honey doesn't work, so she goes with the vinegar to blackmail her by saying that she will reveal to Margo how Karen sold her out. So originally, Karen did this weird scheme to, quote, light a fire under Margo, which I think is BS. I think she was just kind of sick of Margo's shit and was doing it to troll her a little bit, even if she's, backtracking in her mind about why she did it.
Oh, I thought she still liked Eve at that point, so she was just trying to give her a shot.
I think it's both. I think it's a little bit of everything. I think she maybe justifies it in her own mind by saying, oh, I want to light a fire under Eve. Part of it is light a fire under Margo. Part of it is liking Eve and wanting her to give her a shot. And then I think there's just a little bit of resentment that I could track, just a tiny bit.
Like when we get to the bathroom? Oh, you mean...
Just in general. Just in general with their relationship.
Well, because didn't she want to be an actress? Didn't Karen?
Karen's
No, Karen's whole thing, she's like, I am not a showbiz person.
Oh, she's like, I'm number 2. She said that in bed, I think, smoking.
She was in, yes, she was in bed and she was feeling insecure because she'll never be a part of that kind of circle of people.
Right.
Yeah. Or she'll never really understand them, I guess.
And then Eve, she goes back to Addison, lies to his face about the conversation that they just had. And then Karen she says the same thing. She tells the group that all Eve did was apologize. Then Margo has a mini crash out at the table, but then she does abdicate her role as Cora. She kind of gives it up, so Karen didn't even have to do anything.
Well, Karen starts busting out laughing.
Yeah.
She's like...
Yes. Oh, yeah. She's
Margo
like... Well, because she says, I don't want to be the role of Cora because I'm a married woman now. Because God forbid, right?
Yeah. That she have a work life and a career.
Right, yeah.
But Karen laughs at the
irony.
Yeah,
she laughs at the irony. That is very funny.
There's one specific cut in where they used the Vaseline cut.
Yeah.
There was
There's a big Vaseline cut.
There was side, and then boom, and then back to left.
Yeah.
They just inserted a good Vaseline laugh.
But yeah, so then Eve is cast as this role, Cora. And it causes a lot of issues between Bill and Lloyd, the writer and director. They actually fight over Eve being in the show. It just kind of makes their relationship a little more fraught because Bill kind of knows what's going on here, whereas Lloyd, he just wants to write for this young ingenue. Then Karen begins to feel threatened by Eve and her relationship with Lloyd because everyone's being a little bit messy now. And then they put in this horrific walking green screen.
Yes.
I'm like,
when they're in New Haven, Connecticut.
They're in New Haven, Connecticut.
You can't fake New Haven, Connecticut.
It was a crazy green screen.
You go to New York Street on the left and you put some clam pizza in the fucking window. That's all you do.
Wait, but we skipped over again the lesbian moment where she had the friend call.
Yes. Yeah. She's got Eve's having a Eve's breaking down, her neighbor or whatever, or assistant or whatever.
Yeah, and they go back up the stairs, but they're arm in arm, and I'm like,
So, no, yeah, well, at this point, yes, Eve is like a manipulative.
Yeah.
And she has like her roommate or her neighbor pretend or call Lloyd, the writer, director, whatever, and has him come over to her apartment.
Oh.
Yeah. She has her neighbor convince Lloyd that she's having a nervous breakdown so that Lloyd can go over there and she can make Lloyd's wife insecure that Lloyd is going over to her house.
Yeah. But then
Did I pee during this? That's crazy.
She uses it later with Addison Rae, saying like, "Oh, I'm getting married to Lloyd. He's leaving Karen."
Yes, I do know that.
But she used to think of like he comes to me in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, because like her plan has layers.
She was hoping that there was like paparazzi shots. Of him
Yeah,
coming into
right,
the
right,
room
right.
Exactly.
At like 2 in the
She's
morning.
scheming.
She's always working.
She's always clocked in. Yeah.
Yeah, because that is the next thing. Because after the horrific walking green screen, they're like in New Haven or whatever. She reveals her plot.
One of the worst cities in America.
Because they get out of the Schubert Theater, right?
Yes.
Which is also a callback to her story where she's like, "Oh, the Schubert in San Francisco." And he's like, "Gotcha."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bang. But yeah, she reveals her plot to seduce Lloyd and get her away from Karen. She pulls he told me he's going to divorce his wife and be with me. And Addison clocks it just immediately.
He's like, he would never fucking marry you.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Reverse Uno."
He does. He does. He hits her with that reverse Uno. He calls her bluff. He counterplots her, but then also slaps her.
Yeah, it's like, it's a little 50s right now.
Yeah, it got a little
These
bad.
women slaps and shakes. It is a little. Let's calm
He
down.
like trapped her there and it gave me a little bit of American Horror Story, like season 3, and she's like, "Naughty pine," like 'cause she's like trapped now in this purgatory.
I need to watch that show.
Season 3 is super fun. You just need to watch 1 and 3 and maybe watch others, but
I think 1 and 3 are the best. Like,
Yeah.
you can
That's
just
what
go there.
my friend said. Yeah.
yeah. After he slaps her, though, Addison reveals Eve's real backstory.
Oh yeah, what
Gertrude Schlavinsky.
She deserves a name like that.
way
Fucking
that
hell.
She's like the girl from Gentleman's Agreement who's like, I changed my name so they don't know I'm one of the people.
The way that would be a suggestion for a name in improv. Where they're like, "You're Gertrude
George Slavinsky, and you're
Yeah.
from fucking Eastern Europe or something.
Yeah. Then Eve has an insane crash out because Addison Rae has completely outmaneuvered her.
Is that how you just get Addison Rae?
And then we cut back to the beginning of the movie where Eve is accepting her award. She gives a very flowery thank you speech to all of her haters. Cheers to all the haters in the audience.
Let's have a toast to the douchebags.
Yeah. And Eve then reveals she is leaving to go to Hollywood. Margo runs into her after. Oh, I love this line.
Same.
Says, "Don't worry about your heart. You can put your trophy where your heart ought to be."
Yeah. Oh.
She's full of those
Oh,
fucking
so good.
liners.
Good.
But Eve doesn't want to go to her fancy award party. Instead, she goes home where she lives with Addison because he's got her on a leash. And she finds a young lady passed out on her couch.
Oh, what is this? Awesome.
Just the full circle moment where Eve gains a new stan, the president of the Eve Harrington fan club. She's like, there are Eve Harrington fan clubs all over the city.
What would they
I'm
be
the head of
called?
one of them.
Like Eve heads.
Eve heads? New Year's Eves or something?
I was gonna say Summers.
Evangelists.
But yeah, her new fan club, Phoebe. The president of the fan club is Phoebe.
Oh,
Some like high
Phoebes.
schooler, I guess. Yeah.
Addison has some sneaky line against the name Phoebe. I forgot exactly.
Oh, I forget what it is too, but I do remember a good one there.
Is that what you call yourself or something like that? I think he like sees right through her.
Addison then, because Eve went home alone, Addison comes back because Eve forgot her award, and it is Phoebe who answers the door, and Addison says, interesting. And he's got a great line. He gives her the award and then tells her to ask Eve how she got an award like that.
Yeah.
Because Addison says, you want this, right? Essentially. And then it's like, you can ask her how she got it.
Yeah.
And then Phoebe goes full on Eve from the beginning. She goes into the bedroom, holds the award up, and puts on Eve's dress and kind of imagines herself getting an award, and the cycle continues. And that's the end of the movie, which I think is a very fun way to end this one.
And the final shot, talking about Amanda Class and visual storytelling, when she is in the mirror and she's taking all those vows. I thought that was a really, I thought that was a really cool shot. And there was all those it's like all reflecting.
Yeah, it's like a funhouse mirror kind of thing.
There
it's
are
like
Eves everywhere with eyes to see.
Yeah. But that is the end of the movie. So it's a very fun one. I love how it like starts in one place, ends in the same kind of place with a little bit of added context in the whole thing. Even though the whole thing is all backstory and flashback, I think it's still very engaging. Sometimes a movie that does that, it can feel very lazy and annoying, but I think this one does a great job of it. We will discuss more.
Yeah, I didn't even hate all the voiceover, which normally I'm not crazy on. They handled that very well, I thought.
It's good.
It felt actually useful.
Totally. I said this at the very beginning, but I loved how they changed who the voiceover was. I think that helped make it a lot more dynamic.
I love that, yeah.
But yeah. Now we'll move on to the 23rd Academy Awards, which could be summed up in one sentence. Let the girls fight. Because there were 2 iconic female-led movies with 25 Oscar nominations between them, who would also end up taking home 9 total wins. And of course, we know all about Eve, but the second one was Billy Wilder's Sunset Boulevard, where Gloria Swanson played to perfection the character of Norma Desmond, who was, of course, ready for her close-up.
Yeah.
So both of these films tackled aging actresses in the worlds of entertainment, though one went Broadway and the other one film. It was, of course, Broadway that won the night, taking home screenplay, costume design, sound, supporting actor, director, and picture. Yes. Of the 5 acting nominations that All About Eve got, 4 of them were women, and all of those women were losers. It was only George Sanders who took home the gold for Eve.
Oh my God, it's like when fucking Ryan Gosling won for Barbie.
He didn't win.
It's like we missed
Or whatever, he got all the attention.
Yeah. But Margot wasn't nominated.
Also another Margot.
Yeah. True. It was only Ryan Gosling was nominated, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Greta didn't even get directing.
Bette Davis not winning for that is scary to me. Who won Best Actress?
So, it only serves to undersell the categories this year, especially in lead actress. So it was Judy Holliday who won over such enduring performances as the ones Bette Davis and Gloria Swanson gave. Her movie was Born Yesterday. She played the dumb blonde mistress of a corrupt business tycoon who learns to think for herself.
Oh, of course she won.
I watched that movie and it was not so good. And the corrupt business tycoon was Broderick Crawford, which was kind of funny. She puts on, it is an interesting thing. What I kind of read about that is she, funny enough, was a template for kind of an I Love Lucy type character. Her voice very similar to that kind of thing.
Interesting.
And I think maybe it was like an early iteration of that, so it felt like kind of new and fresh and interesting.
It might also be a thing of just like splitting the votes between Gloria Swanson and Bette Davis, because they're like clearly the two.
Totally. I mean,
they're too similar, I would argue.
It is crazy that neither of them won.
Yeah.
It was this younger woman.
Yeah.
There you go. It's like Mikey Madison when she won the Oscar over Demi Moore.
Yeah. They're never beating the allegations.
No.
But all to say, it was a great year for female-led movies. Both Sunset Boulevard, Born Yesterday, those were competitors for Best Picture. So rounding out the pack were 2 other movies. Much more manly movies. The King Solomon's Mines was the most manly option of the year, based on H. Rider Haggard's adventure novel of British colonialists searching for the fabled diamond mines.
Please.
Yeah, colonizer slop for Drew.
Yeah,
I actually I read this book as a kid, but I read the Great Illustrated Classics version, which is like turning great classics into essentially really dumbed down pictures books.
Exactly.
And I was so dumb as a kid because I thought those were the real books. And then I was like, oh wait, no, this is a real story. I learned that like 5 years ago.
All I know is that in the video game Civilization 5, if you own King Solomon's Mines, that gets you +6 production per turn. That's my relationship to King Solomon's Mines.
I actually do want to see, because I did love this book as a child, but I want to see the movie. Last, though, was Father of the Bride. Another movie, much like Mr. Deeds, which would get remade many years later as a slapstick comedy.
Oh, Elizabeth Taylor.
Steve Martin.
Yeah.
No, The Father of the Bride. It's Elizabeth Taylor in it, right?
Oh, is it? It might be.
Mm-hmm.
Spencer Tracy was nominated for Best Actor in this one, so it was good enough for, maybe it was a slapstick comedy back then, but it got Best Picture, Best Actor nominations, didn't win anything. And then maybe some other one. I don't know if Elizabeth Taylor was.
She is.
She is?
Yeah.
Is she the bride?
I don't know.
I think she is the bride.
She's Kay Banks.
Kay Banks. Great.
She's definitely the bride. Looking at the post right now.
So would we say, though, that this is a deserved win?
Can I give a little hot take?
Yeah, go off.
I think if it's between this and Sunset Boulevard, I think Sunset Boulevard edges it out.
Okay.
That's my personal opinion, having just seen Sunset Boulevard today. They're very, very similar. I think
Sunset Boulevard, well, they're both dark.
They're both really, really good. I think the difference is All About Eve is a little more grounded. I do think Sunset Boulevard is so fucking heightened and really just goes there with the craziness of it and is much more of a visual feast versus All About Eve is more about the dialogue, the repartee is that is so juicy. So it's hard to pick, but I think if it were up to me, I'd hedge it out for Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah. I wonder if Wilder winning for Lost Weekend, especially winning director and writing, had an effect on it. I kind of don't think so. I think just the fact that All About Eve won
they were fucking handing out Oscars to half these guys, John Ford's getting nominated.
Totally.
What did they say at the top of the movie? They're the unimportant parts. The
yeah.
It's just
below the line.
Rita.
Tyler, have you seen Sunset Boulevard?
I've only seen the play. So I haven't seen the actual movie.
Who was in the play, or was it anyone?
It was Nicole Scherzinger
Oh.
from Broadway. So when I saw her in it, but then I wouldn't compare that to All About You because it's so...
Totally.
Wait, Pussycat Dolls lady?
Mm-hmm. She did that. She won the Tony for it.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, that just happened, didn't it?
Yeah, 2 years
2 years,
I think.
That's cool.
But it was one of those things where I watched it and I was because everyone was praising her, but I didn't know if it was just that thing of being a shining object in front of your head.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was hitting some notes. And I remember audience on their feet clapping. I was no, she's killing that.
Wow.
She
good for her.
So good. And it was so simple, the whole setup. But yeah, it's hard to say because I was I'd have to watch the movie to be
You should watch the movie. It's a good movie.
Yeah. Because also I think Glenn Close did.
Yeah, she did.
But is there also a straight version, a straight play version versus a musical?
Maybe. I wouldn't.
There might be.
I was
I think there is. Yeah, because the movie itself is not a musical.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I was I feel like Glenn Close was gonna do that right before the pandemic, or something like that.
Yeah.
Can't remember. So I guess since I only watched one of the winners, that should win.
No.
In a vacuum, even it's a deserved winner.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Yeah. Go Maryland.
Yeah. Poor Marilyn. As someone who has seen Sunset Boulevard, I think it was a few years ago. I do like both of these. I actually think, for me, Eve edges it out slightly.
I was just going to say, I think Eve has more to actually say, but Sunset Boulevard is the one, if I were to watch it again, I think it's tighter on the story, but it's I would rather watch Sunset Boulevard again. But if it's you're going for the prestige of it, which one is saying something, All About Eve, I will admit, has a little bit more going for it.
I think either one is a pretty deserving winner.
But yeah, go ahead.
Sarah.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen the Sunset Boulevard movie. I will watch it. But yeah, All About Eve has to be a deserving winner.
Yeah.
For Bette Davis's performance, alone,
totally.
all of their performances, it was just, ugh.
Yeah, I was
the
surprised
writing,
at
all of it.
the directing and the editing I found very impressive too. So I think that they did a great job. I felt it was very deserved.
4 stars, a heart.
Oh, we save that till the end.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Sorry.
First, a little bit of brain rot. So my first question is, should Eve have just done improv?
Oh my God.
What would Eve have done if she did improv?
What do you mean?
Do you think she would have been a more balanced person? Do you think she could have gotten out her psychosis? Or would it only have deepened her psychosis?
It's just as messy, if not worse, I think.
No, you would have been one of the people to show up to America's Got Talent or American Idol and be I'm the one.
Yeah.
That's
maybe
perfect.
You don't have it.
Yeah.
You can maybe get there, but it's a no for me, dog. That's what he would have gotten.
Eve is built for reality TV.
She is.
Oh.
Yeah, Eve,
She was born just 80 years too.
Flavor
early.
Flav, she would have been toe to toe in New York.
Yeah.
Like in terms of plotting, planning.
Yeah. Going Flavor of Love.
Yeah.
Would she have been friends with Tila Tequila?
I need to ask. You've seen Flavor of Love, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
I've never seen Flavor of Love.
Okay.
I love that we're transitioning to a lot of reality TV as our brain rot. I do have a straight man brain rot though.
Okay.
Because obligatory in this situation.
Would Eve play for the Marlins, the Brewers?
No, it's all about Eve. It's not all about Steve.
Oh my God.
But what if it was? Gender swap!
That's every Best Picture winner we've been fucking watching. It's Ziegfeld or whatever.
Is this like when Bill and what's the guy's name? The writer director?
Bill and Lloyd.
Yes.
Yeah, do you think they would like explore each other's bodies?
Absolutely.
Because I kind of already felt that.
Yeah. I meant more if like these characters were like a man worming his way into the life of another man.
Yeah.
That's like
He would
Dune or
He
whatever.
would have got like a
Dune.
pat on the back.
It's just
This
like
is the Taylor Swift song.
it's
if I were a man.
Hamlet.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yeah. Like he would have just been like, oh, he's like, finance bro.
Yeah.
Like he got it. So
If it was a man taking another, yeah, I feel like there would be some like it would just be a lot of physical violence. I think there would be like things being set on fire, maybe, or a guy, depending on the man, he would just be like, all right, fine. Dap me up.
So
and
we're
then-
gonna write all about Steve set in an investment banking office.
Goldman
That's what
Sachs.
Goldman Sachs. That's what I'm hearing.
BlackRock.
I definitely think still keep it in the like Broadway ensemble community because that's
Okay.
the only way you're gonna get the sass
Wow.
and the cam
Yeah.
is if you just
I
kept.
was gonna say it's just Shakespeare. It's Macbeth is basically what it is. It's I'm coming for you. I'm gonna become you.
The younger, hotter version.
and then someone else is gonna get me, and it's all cyclical. That's
yeah, and there are witches.
yeah,
Addison Rae is a witch in this movie.
yeah.
Yeah, like a very Perez Hilton vibe.
Oh, 100%. So,
Like it was. I didn't know he was straight. I was like, oh, he's the sassy.
but like, is he?
Reporter.
Perez Hilton is straight.
No. But
Yeah. Okay.
I do have that question because I think Tyler, I know one of the main reasons that you were invited on. This is really bad when I say this out loud, but you were saying this is like kind of a seminal gay movie.
Yes.
So I would love for like that to elaborate.
It's a little bit before my time, but I do feel like drag queens would cut up to this because it was very like all those like scenes like in the dressing rooms and stuff like that, or like sit down. I wouldn't want to sit down. You sit down. Okay, I'm gonna sit. It's very just like camp and like for some reason the gays love that stuff.
Because I watched it, and I think another reason that potentially it's the case, the characters of Eve, and I would say Addison as well, are, in my opinion, fairly queer-coded.
Well, I could see Eve like with that because if you're thinking about like a young boy looking up to like a Bette Davis and wanting to be just like them and hitting them, that's very much that. And then Addison being like, I'm with the girls, I want to know all the gossip.
Because I feel like Eve, in her weird attempts at seduction of these men, it's never about the men. It's like literally not about the men in any way. She only wants the fame and the power. The men are just really vehicles for her to either be with the director or be with the writer. Then she has to settle for the tabloid guy, but at least he's someone in the industry.
Right.
But she's never in it because she actually wants the men.
Yeah, and I just feel like what are like a negative frequency to be on because she's saying there's just not enough to go around. She's like, there's only this one woman's life.
I just think she doesn't have a soul.
Yeah.
That's my take.
She was a
Yeah,
pig.
I think that makes sense.
I think that she's missing some pieces and parts up there.
Totally.
Who would you recast today for keeping it,
Florence Pugh,
as
Eve,
Eve? Mm-hmm. And who would be Margo?
Susan Sarandon. Right? They look so similar.
You're right.
How old is Susan Sarandon?
I don't know. Is she alive anymore?
Old enough to play that.
I think she
No, but like it has to be someone a little bit younger.
Yeah.
Like you can only be a little bit older than.
Yeah.
Well, Susan
Eve.
Sarandon when she was Mark.
Actually, they kind of did that with May December. That movie.
Oh.
Maybe that.
Oh God, I forgot.
Yeah, it's a
Hey,
little bit that.
that's a great movie.
I know. I enjoyed it. It was a movie I watched for
like
sure.
that's a version of this like story. Like,
Yeah.
it's old.
Totally.
Tale's old as time.
Tale is old as time. But now we get into the 4 stars and a heart, or whatever the rating.
Whatever.
is.
Oh sure, it's a 4 out of 4. Or yeah,
Out of
I'm
five.
Oh, out of 5. I'm just gonna give it a heart because I was like, who am I to?
Oh yeah.
You're just gonna give it a heart.
Yeah,
Just like,
Tyler gets it.
So many people worked on it.
Yeah, Tyler's trying to get the next.
He's trying to book
Like-
Joseph L. Mankiewicz's next movie. If you're
Just
listening,
saying, like, there could be a lot of family listening. Directors, writers. I'm very cool and flexible. And fun. I just love working in projects and watching things come to fruition.
What's your height?
5'11" and I'm 18 plus.
Yeah, can we see the front and back of your hands?
Yes. If you're looking on the video right now, there they are.
You do any accents?
I can just, if I have a dialect coach, I'm very teachable.
Okay.
Sponge.
Yeah,
Okay.
I really just absorb everything.
well, the rest of us are in the business of assigning number values to art, so I don't pass the Sarah.
Oh, okay. This is a 4.5 for sure. It is almost a 5 TBH. Just because the writing was so good, and all of the performances were incredible. I don't love movies about showbiz.
just that. I don't love movies.
I don't love movies in general. Look, it's no Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, but I will say, I was thinking about just reviewing every movie on Letterboxd with just saying that, just to fucking troll people. But no, the writing, acting was just superb. I had so much fun watching all of the women and their relationships to each other and how they're speaking to each other, and just I love a cat fight and women being bitchy, but it and then friendship. It's just very fun and beautiful to watch. So
It's like a high 4.5.
very high.
Is it?
It's a 4 and
Is this
4 and 3/4?
4.5 and a
Or
heart?
half of the heart. Yeah.
Don't.
Is it?
No.
Is it better than It Happened One Night?
Yes, this is definitely my top.
Is this your top?
Oh, 100%. No,
love.
the writing alone, I'm yeah.
I love when your top movie gets replaced.
Yeah.
It's always
It
fun.
eaved your top movies.
Just like Claudette Colbert was not in this movie.
Interesting. Elsa Colbert was supposed to be in this movie, now she's not, and I'm move over.
The
move
young
over.
thing
Claudette
took over.
Yep. No, but the women killed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fabulous.
I am similarly at a 4.5. I did very much enjoy this movie. I just think, clicking on all cylinders. I think every piece of it is working really, really well. Specifically, the performances. Bette Davis is just so phenomenal.
Magnetic.
I think for an early part of the movie, I was curious how Anne Baxter was nominated for Best Actress, but I think she really turns on the jets at the end.
She was supposed to be Best Supporting Actress, but then she was like, no, I've already won Best Supporting Actress. I want to be in the Best Actress category.
Interesting. Well, there were two other supporting, Celeste Holm was up for supporting actress, and also the actress who played Birdie, who has
What the
3
fuck?
lines, which is kind of weird. But yeah, no, 4.5. There are a lot of good 4.5s. So we'll see where it ends up in that, but very happy I finally watched this. It was quite good.
I'll give this a solid 4, I think is what I'd say.
Classic. Of course. I listened to Eminem.
Well, I will say, it won me over by the end, but I will say, the last quarter, especially when it's Addison and the bedroom, it's I hated that business by the end. It didn't really like stick the landing of like what everything was building up for. Eventually that cyclical ending they add at the end wins me over, but it's it felt kind of like a little rushed, and it was I don't know, I wasn't super satisfied with a lot of the revelation and stuff we get about Eve, and doesn't feel like I got a lot of closure on that regard, other than it's we're just gonna do something, but that was really the only really disappointing thing, and the really shitty green screen was actually egregiously bad, which is not fair, but I was that. I mean, I would never let that really, but I was I can't not.
It was so weird because it wasn't even necessary.
I burst out laughing.
Yeah,
it was not necessary. It's you see whatever they filmed of people on the street, those people are gaining on them.
Yeah. It was ridiculous.
Anyways, I already said what I had to say regarding Sunset Boulevard and all.
Yeah.
Which I think honestly similar themes, but does it just a little bit more in a way that I want to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they need a little tightening, is what I have.
Yeah, don't pit women against each other.
I'm hitting art against each other, which is even worse.
I know this is an Oscar podcast, but did this win any MTV Movie Awards?
Yeah, it won Best Kiss.
Yeah. And weirdly, it was for the one where Addison slaps her.
Oh god. Yeah, that's what they did in the 50s. Best slap.
best misogynist slap.
God. So join us next week where we are going on Red Alert. And by that, I mean we are returning to a place where we were last in 1939. Lush, vibrant, Technicolor. Yes.
Nice.
We leave the land of black and white with 1951's An American in Paris, a Gene Kelly musical. Our first true musical since the Broadway Melody.
You hit
Bon
back.
voyage.
Oh my god.
We had Sarah and then we totally lost her.
You hate musicals?
Yeah, I hate musicals.